do. So right now, Reid is holding most of the cards on the Menendez bill.
Okay, so let's pick it up at that point, Ali, because there's still a lot of time between this. This would be like a 6-month deal when implemented. We're talking about Harry Reid maybe buying into January to forestall some kind of a vote here. We started this by saying, look over in Iran, where the parliament this week is responding to the maneuvering in our Congress. And they're basically saying, hey, if the Congress in the United States says we're going to impose new sanctions after the 6-month deal, we're going to set all these conditions on it, we're going to accelerate our nuclear program. That's what the parliament in Iran is saying. You also have the Iranian foreign minister who's saying, quote, the entire deal is dead if the United States Congress imposes
even with the 6-month delay.
Even right. So it just seems to me this classic, almost like tragic story of the hardliners on one side emboldening the hardliners on the other side, and they both inadvertently team up to kill a deal. Is there a risk here of that happening?
Yeah, completely, and I think that's exactly what this is, where you have the sort of the leadership positions in both countries. You know, at this point, we've got the supreme leader of Iran, who has the final say on all these matters, actually supporting Rouhani in all his diplomacy. So the leadership of Iran is united in favor of diplomacy, and so is the leadership on the American side, but still Congress is sort of dragging its feet. But it's also kind of a remarkable fight between Democrats. You know, the Menendez-Kirk bill now has 47 co-signers, and we don't know that because the Congressional Registry hasn't opened up yet in the new session, but we know that because AIPAC, the pro-Israel lobby group, has put a list up on their website because they've been informed by the offices of who intends to co-sponsor it. But aside from the initial 13 Democrats and 13 Republicans, all the rest of the signatories to it are more Republicans. So now you've got about 33 or so Republicans and 16 Democrats because Cory Booker signed on late. And Democrats are actually remarkably split on this. You know, when you compare the fact that these 10 Democratic committee chairs sent a letter to Reid trying to stall the bill from moving forward, that's remarkable considering that the last set of sanctions passed 100-0 in the Senate. You know, there was not a single dissenting vote from that. So I think that we are seeing a real push from the sort of less hawkish wing of the Democratic Party.
And from the White House itself, which is saying we do not need this right now. This is not helpful. What do you think is going to happen in January, Evan?
Well, the White House has said they'd veto the bill. I mean, and that's the question I actually have for Ali or Steve, which is, what do you think it does to negotiations if the bill does pass out of Congress and the president vetoes it? Would that have any measurable impact on these negotiations?
It's a great question. It's a perfect time for a break, so we're going to pick it up with what happens if there's a veto right after